Nick Kyrgios' tennis should speak for itself. His peers rate his serve as one of the best in the game. He's won 6 career ATP titles to date and is one of just 3 players to have beaten Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic at the first time of asking. Despite the Australian's unquestionable talent, he's often made headlines for the wrong reasons. He's engaged in spats via social media, sparred with umpires, frequently admitted to partying into the early hours and skipping training, and when asked why he hasn't had a coach for more than 5 years, he's referred to them as a waste of money. However, with his unorthodox playing style and unpredictable temperament, there's no doubting the entertainment factor he brings to the game. Debates rage between those who think Kyrgios is a bad role model and those who say he brings character to a sport sometimes lacking in it. But behind the overblown furores and the underarm serves, is there a man deserving of some reappraisal? Let's judge the man by his word, not his deeds.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of people telling me that I needed to get better, I had to get more discipline, lose weight, like all this type of stuff. And, just a couple key moments in my career where those type of comments from coaches or teachers or just like people in general that always kind of stuck with me and obviously just created a bit of a chip on my shoulder, which at times I think, can explain why I'm so combative on the court and maybe, rebel against, authorities from time to time.
Events in Kyrgios' life certainly seem to have shaped his behaviour. The bullying and criticism he received as a child may explain his tendency to react the way he does when he feels mistreated. John McEnroe once said that Kyrgios has a fear of failure. That's his problem. He is afraid to compete, to give his best, to lay it on the line and come up short. Carrying around a sense of grievance suggests perhaps a fragile ego, and having a fear of failure is a ramification of this. By never really trying, he remains in a comfort zone and has a ready-made excuse for losing. Arguably though, this is too simple an explanation. You don't get to world number 13 without having a desire to win matches. Nick himself reasons that his attitude towards tennis was in part due to the death of his grandmother in 2015. She and Kyrgios were very close, and he lamented in an interview that he couldn't be with her during her final days. "I didn't get to spend the time with her I wanted to, and tennis was the reason for that. It kept me away from her," he said. "It's something that still gnaws away at me. If I'm honest, I'd say I haven't committed to tennis the way the game needs me to since she died. There's a constant tug of war between the competitor within me wanting to win, and the human in me wanting to live a normal life with my family, away from the public glare." This what will be attitude perhaps explains why he's opted to go without a coach in recent years.
I'm very unpredictable. Like one day I want to train, the next day I'll probably stay in bed all day. Like I don't think there's a coach that's willing to deal with the whole roller coaster of coaching.
To understand Kyrgios, one must first understand the psychology of motivation. According to psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan, the need for autonomy is a powerful factor which influences a person's motivation. The fact Kyrgios has not employed a coach suggests he highly values his autonomy, and if his autonomy gives him freedom to play the game his way, it makes sense he should do all he can to preserve it. Research suggests that sports coaches can have a significant influence on the intrinsic motivation of athletes, for better or worse. Rather than put the emphasis on unwilling coaches, Kyrgios' comments may be a deflection, and perhaps he prefers not to have a coach for fear of them interfering with the autonomy he values. Kyrgios himself virtually admitted as much in 2020, saying, "To get a coach for me is pointless because, where I'm at in my career now, it's just too far gone. I'm too set in my ways and I just don't like to listen to advice, to be honest."
I've beaten Djokovic and Nadal multiple times now. Like they just tend to struggle with tennis that's very unconventional.
Kyrgios' street tennis style not only gives him a chance to express his personality, it also affords him certain on-court advantages, particularly against the top opponents. His technique and unorthodox behaviour make him difficult to predict or practice for. If he doesn't quite know what he'll do next, how should his opponent? Many will identify with his passion for basketball, which he describes as the best sport in the world. His street-style tennis certainly has its roots in basketball, where trash-talking, flair and showmanship are part of the game. Nick is bringing in a new brand of tennis to viewers, one that's certainly a lot less stuffy. He once tweeted that his NBA idol was Kevin Garnett, a talented but also outspoken player who was never far from controversy. Sound familiar? With the same names often carving up the major crowns between them, Kyrgios matches come with welcome unpredictability for TV execs. In 2020, Patrick Muratoglu expressed his concern that the average age of the tennis fan was 61. This just shows that the fans of tennis fell in love with it in the 70s and 80s. tennis is not able to renew its fan base. That's scary for the future. In the 70s and 80s, of course, the likes of Ilie Nastase, McEnroe and Connors entertained the young fans and appalled the traditionalists. Kyrgios' antics may be bringing in the fans of the future. Love him or loathe him, and there's often no middle ground with Kyrgios. There's no arguing he gets people talking about tennis, and more importantly, tuning into it.
You know, I tried to take it away from myself. I tried to be able to play for something more than me. And I was just thinking, like, I have the ability to go to these hospitals and do all these, like, activations, we call them, when we're on tour. And that was a massive wake-up call for me. I was like, fuck, like, I've got all this, you know, whatever it is, like platform money. And I just decided to put it into somewhere that wasn't about myself. And now I just feel like I just try and play and inspire people to believe in themselves. Like,
before labelling Kyrgios as some sort of tennis anti-hero for the way he approaches the game, consider the bigger picture. He's not only changed the way many view tennis, but perhaps more importantly, he's changed communities for the better. His financial support was instrumental in the relief efforts to help those affected by the devastating fires in Australia in early 2020. He also has his own foundation, which aims to provide sports facilities and opportunities to underprivileged children in Australia, and has successfully appealed to other pros, such as Andy Murray and Gael Monfils, to support the #MessFree Challenge, which has provided thousands of free meals to struggling families. Kyrgios' desire for change, both in the way tennis should be viewed and in the society he wants to see, is very evident. He inspires many to strive for personal freedom and to approach tennis in a new and refreshing way. While many players are single-minded in improving their game to win trophies, Kyrgios seems more concerned with entertaining, protecting his autonomy, and improving the lives of the people around him.